Ever get those secret contracts?
We got it in Germany, the French got it, and the national parliaments are now working to get all the contracts. The Japanese told me that they had no possibility to retire from their contract, as we in Germany succeeded to do a little bit. So we negotiated with the pharmaceutical companies, and they let us save a little bit money from those almost 700 million euros they wanted first. So it's very, very different from nation to nation, and I just can tell my colleagues and just can ask my colleagues in all parliaments, go ahead, have investigations, have a deep look. We cannot tolerate such a development. We cannot have this the next winter again. We don't want such faked pandemics.
But the good news is the court of public opinion, I've seen the numbers. This is record numbers of people not buying the hype who are refusing to take the shots. And in the final equation, we're going to let you go, Doctor, who are the real bad guys? Big Pharma? And are you saying the WHO is run by Big Pharma?
The WHO has opened the door for Big Pharma. And the Big Pharma influences the WHO by scientists with institutes paid by Big Pharma. Scientists are dependent that the institutes get money from Big Pharma, and the scientists go there. They do the clinical studies for Big Pharma on one hand. On the other hand, they go to WHO and say, you have to buy those pills, do such decisions. This is what the suspicion is, and this cannot be tolerated. The public health institutions have to be free from influence, from economic influence. It's about our health. It's not about business.
Yeah. Well, that's like Rick Perry, our governor, saying all girls must take the Gardasil shot that they admits killed a bunch of people. And then that wasn't even a law. He just recommended it, but went on TV and said it was the law. Hoax after hoax, and it turned out most of his party got massive money from Merck. Dr. Wolfgang Wodarg, we appreciate Dr. Wodarg for joining us. Wodarg.de is the website, WODARG. We appreciate you and your colleagues. Unanimous investigation, unanimously agreeing this is a hoax and a fraud, and expanding the investigation. We salute your courage, sir, and we'll continue to watch the investigation and the report.
Thank you very much for your interest.
Take care, sir. We're very, very interested. Thank you. There goes Dr. Wodarg. Now, notice that they tried to make it mandatory in France and then in states in the U.S., and this whole thing fell apart because we exposed it, because we found out in January early on that they were planning a flu hoax hype. We didn't know if it would be real. We didn't know if it would be super deadly. We didn't know if there'd be martial law. We just knew they were hardening all police facilities for martial law in the name of pandemic megadeath flu. Millions dead in Illinois, millions dead in New York State. I mean, these are the documents we got. These are the eyewitnesses. And I went on air in January, in February, in March and said, look for flu. And then when it popped up in Mexico and they hyped it up, we said, we don't know what's happening, but we know they're staging it. Look out. And our websites got hacked. We got attacked. And then I really got concerned because these were government level attacks. And I was like, my God, this is real. But the good news is we exposed the hoax together, you, the listeners of this show, and others. And we came through this together. And now they are damaged to where it will be hard for them. But Obama signed an executive order for total police state control during a biological attack. What, he signed that a month ago, or I guess it was in December, a month and a half ago now. And so it's hard to believe we're in the second month of 2010. Before we know it, it'll be December 31st, 2010, and we'll be going into 2011 and all of this craziness. But we've got Freeway Ricky Ross coming up, who was running narcotics for the CIA and didn't even find out about it till later. One of the most famous drug dealers in history. We're going to talk about a host of issues with Freeway Ricky Ross, and then Kevin Booth pops in halfway through the interview. He's interviewed in Kevin's film, How Weed Won the West, and that's Kevin's title. I think it's a great film. I consulted on it. I would have called it Drug War, too. This exposes the drug war, how they want Codex Alimentarius to restrict and control the vitamins. It exposes how they're trying to stop medical marijuana. It exposes how 87% of illegal drug users only use marijuana. And that's why they want to keep marijuana illegal, because if they don't have that, they don't have an excuse for SWAT teams and prisons and controlling us, and how the government ships in and launders the majority of the drugs. How Weed Won the West, you can pre-order it It ships in 12 days. We have it first, Infowars.com. Also, obviously, Follow the Republic. You can get free T-shirts when you order Follow the Republic. Free Aaron Russo Reflections and Warnings documentary when you order Follow the Republic. You can also get my other films half price when you order a copy of Shadow Government, available at Infowars.com. In the last few months, we've been adding new T-shirts every week. These T-shirts spread the word about freedom. You meet like-minded people when you go to church or go to work or go for a walk or go to the park or go to a concert or go to the bar to, have a beer. The new T-shirts are in. On the back, it says, Join the Resistance, Infowars.com, a walking billboard for liberty. And on the front, it says, Defend Freedom, Join the Resistance, Infowars.com. And it's got a Minuteman on the front with a bullhorn. Great design that Janae Meadows, one of our graphics people, came up with. And here's one that I pretty much designed. I mean, I said, I want one that looks like a swim team or basketball or football practice jersey, when you're not wearing pads. I remember these gray T-shirts I'd wear in junior high and high school. It's got a Minuteman on a horse with a bullhorn, Defend Freedom, Infowars.com, and it's got an AK-47 under it. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. Infowars.com for the ball caps, the T-shirts, the sweatshirts, the films, the free deals. Infowars.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139. Now, we ordered a few thousand of the Obama Joker shirts, and we got 8 different designs with Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or Socialist or Fascist. It's all the same thing, exposing him. New World Order. A lot of the sizes and designs have sold out. There's still a lot of free sizes and designs that are there, but if your size or design isn't there, we have other T-shirts in whatever size you want of other designs free when you get Follow the Republic. So, again, take advantage of that at Infowars.com, and your purchase makes this radio show and all we do here possible as well. So it's a win-win-win. You get the word out and you support us and you get a great-looking T-shirt. There's like 100 different T-shirts. It's got to be. I haven't counted them up there now that we've designed. We're just adding more and more and more and more and more to Infowars.com. Okay. And we talk to listeners who wear these out in public. They're meeting a lot of friends. Just try putting an InfoWars sticker that we mail out free and a citizen rule book with all the orders. I forgot about that. Put that on your car and see what happens. Now, you may run into Johnny Law, who may let you out of a ticket because of it. We've seen that happen. Or they may freak out. How dare you in how dare you in America do that? Now, how dare you have free speech? This is the big top story, though. With their swine flu hoax collapsing, with their global carbon tax hoax collapsing, with their government takeover of healthcare collapsing, with their staged terror attacks collapsing, with their whole agenda globally. No one believes anything they say. All the corruption's coming out, the banker bailout totally being exposed, the people they're finding out about Obama, lying about everything, that he's a puppet. They want to stage terror attacks, and I'm telling you, that's the only card they've got to play, that or a new war. And to get the war with Iran, they're going to need to have a staged terror attack. I know Paul Watson told me before I went on air, he's writing a big detailed report on this. I hope he adds the part about all the White House officials and the 5 different network advisors on military affairs, all former generals. That famous tape came out 3 years ago where they're saying, man, we really need another terror attack. Another 9/11 would sure help us. And Rumsfeld, yeah, it's too bad. Just the public, I mean, they come one hair breadth from coming right out and saying they carried out 9/11. Yes, it's up. Red alert. Intelligence chiefs certain their bosses will stage terror attacks soon. And we know the underwear bomber was staged. They let him on the plane, protected him. U.S. government, State Department said we were tracking him. Totally staged. And this article is now up on PrisonPlanet.com. You guys print it for me so I can read it instead of looking across the room when I get back. Thanks. We're going to cover this when we come back from break and dovetail it with Neocon says Obama should save presidency by attacking Iran. This was just said yesterday in National Review. And if that isn't a staged terror attack, I don't know what is. And then we have all these other people in the past, these different neocons